You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
What's something you learned in history class that you feel like wasn't the whole truth? Better yet, what's something you didn't learn at all that was omitted completely? That's what I like to call redacted history. My name is Andre White, the host of the Redacted History Podcast, the place where history's forgotten events, heroes, and villains get their story told, one episode at a time. The Redacted History Podcast. Real history never dies. Stream the Redacted History Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, thanks for taking the time to listen to this special announcement.
Rich and I have some exciting news we want to share with y'all, and we thought that just recording a short announcement would be the best way to do that. We actually have two pieces of news to share with y'all. The first is that the podcast website is moving and will now be at www.civilwarpodcast.org.
Yeah, the Blogger site has served us well the last 2 years, mostly because it was free, but we thought it was time we moved on and set up a real website. And one of the reasons we thought it was time to do that has to do with our second piece of news. And that is that we're going to be offering you guys the opportunity to listen to a couple of extra episodes of the podcast each month.
Rich and I are still going to be doing the regular weekly episodes of the podcast each month, so we'll still have those shows for y'all each Sunday. But then each month, we're also going to release 2 members-only episodes.
We mentioned last month that the podcast had just celebrated its second birthday and that we plan on doing this for at least several more years. And so, kind of looking ahead at all of that, we thought this membership opportunity might be a good way for us to offer you guys the chance to support Tracy and me as we continue telling the story of the Civil War and doing the podcast in the months and years ahead.
And so if you go to the new website, www.civilwarpodcast.org, you'll see that you can sign up and become a member for just $5 a month. And you'll sign up to make recurring monthly payments for $5. So that way you won't have to worry about it each month. It'll just automatically be taken out of your bank account. And once you sign up, then as a member, you'll have access to those 2 extra episodes each month.
So you guys will get those extra 2 episodes, and you'll be helping support us in a very real way as we continue moving forward with the Civil War podcast. And the first members-only episode is already available. It's about Patty Graydon, the fellow who, during Sibley's New Mexico campaign, tried to attack the Confederates with those mule-borne explosive devices. And as you might be able to guess, just from that, he was one of the more interesting characters that took part in the fighting in New Mexico. And then we'll have the second members episode out later this month, and it'll be about the Battle of Picacho Pass, which we mentioned already on the podcast. It took place in April 1862 in the present-day state of Arizona and was the westernmost engagement of the Civil War.
So that's it for now. We just wanted to let y'all know that we're now at www.civilwarpodcast.org and that we've set up the membership program.
So thanks in advance for your support, and we look forward to doing these extra episodes for you guys. Like we said before, we love telling this story about the Civil War. So thanks, everyone.
Thanks.